All right, everybody. So we are live from New Jersey and Annapolis, Maryland, with Matt Miller and Eric Gibson. You guys are such inspirational leaders. I have absolutely loved learning your story. And Matt, it was so cool because you and we linked up because I had sent you a video message and the energy and the connection and all of a sudden we just got talking and we were masterminding and discussing what are some of your bigger goals and who do you have in your corner that's helping you build those building blocks, and came to find that as Annie Mac has created a platform to help launch production of producers, and you guys have achieved crazy levels of success at such a young age. We kind of were joking, but we were serious. Like, wow, we're all either 30 years old or younger. And Aaron, your first year in the business, you just became a father. You've got many new amazing chapters that have just been unraveling for both of you. So I want to give you guys some time to have a spotlight. And those that are watching, I really want you to listen and tune into what were some of the things that these guys did to create efficiencies in their business. What did they do to work smarter and not harder? How are they casting a wider net, diving into the community, and really giving back? So Matt, let's start with you, my friend. Let's share with the world, who is Matt Miller?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad we're doing this. Honestly, it's been a long time to put on the suit and, coming from the kitchen of our house. So, it's been an amazing journey with you. And I thank you because you're a big part of the reason, why my brother and I are at Annie Mac and a big part of Annie Mac's success. So first of all, thank you. You're incredible. And just kind of feel that energy every single day. It's super inspiring. Glad that we got on here before May 29th of this year because I finally made the cut until B31.
You would have been out now.
Would have been out. So, our whole team is 30 and under. So, yeah, you make a good point. We are young in the business and it's kind of, we've grown quickly, right? Had that maturity in just a couple years in the business, and we thrive off of that energy and that enthusiasm as well. So Matt Miller, I'm 30 years old, as mentioned. Been in the business for 5 years. Have had incredible mentors and coaches and people that have been instrumental in my success and been around some of the best in the business, which has allowed us to kind of, learn and absorb and observe and implement and kind of analyze those things that we've been able to do so quickly. And we've had some ups, some downs, just like every loan officer in the business. But it's been an incredible journey thus far. I have to debunk you've been posting 100 million and I appreciate that, but we didn't quite get it. So I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm still fighting for that $100 million goal. We did like 94 and a half last year. So our team we did great. We were very successful.
I love how humble you are and modest.
I'm not taking credit for that. I'm not taking credit for that 100. I'm going to earn it. So, but we had a phenomenal year. We were able to help 225 families last year for just under 95 million in production in the fifth year. And Aaron pushing me and those who are a part of my team have been instrumental in that success and will continue to do so.
Amen. Let's talk about the team. So Aaron, as you are, again, the first year in the business, you did hit 22 million, correct?
Yeah, I did. Did hit 22 million.
Which is phenomenal. Again, like for the first year in the business, usually that's just putting your digging in your roots and watering them. Very rarely do people see it blossom the way that you have. What's your experience been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm not gonna just come out here and say it was easy because it wasn't easy. But I felt confident that I could do it. And I saw the path because of the amazing people that I had around me. I mean, first and foremost being Matt. I mean, I think my biggest piece of advice to anybody in any industry is find a mentor, work with them, have them hold you accountable, because that's absolutely what Matt did for me. And it wasn't, rocket science. It wasn't any secret sauce. I mean, I came in, I had experience in the mortgage industry, but on a national level, the leads were provided by the company. It was completely different. So having come in and being brand new to local lending, my big thing was don't reinvent the wheel. I saw how Matt did it and had success very, quickly. And I just did the same thing as he did. And, the big thing was also just the effort. I mean, I put in the time that it took up front. And I think that really made a big difference and is continuing to make a difference.
What's it like being a father and a producer and a husband and, just the anchor for so many people on the team?
Well, I've only been a father for a few weeks. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, that you find a whole new gear. I mean, I found that even like when my wife was pregnant, I found this next gear. And then, 3 weeks ago yesterday, Ezra was born, and, you find that other gear, and like, you just want to do everything for this child. And so like, that's been a whole new level of motivation for me. And, again, it's not easy, but it's very, very inspiring. And again, I saw Matt having 2 children as well. Like, I saw how he was able to navigate that, and I'm, just following in his footsteps.
Wow. Yeah. And, you think about people who, yes, they may be a mortgage loan officer, but they're that among very many other things. And
Mm-hmm.
mental toughness and the balance, and, it can easily be, distractions are everywhere. And, Matt, one thing I love about your background is you were a physical trainer, right? You are a coach. You are an athlete. You have dove in deep into the mental toughness of what it takes to be a top performer, to get to the 1%. And you guys are there and well on your way. It's really cool. So for you, Matt, what are the things that you've had to do to just laser focus? I know you've shout out Tara White and the Freedom Club. I know you dove into their teachings and philosophies and the Daily Success Planner, and let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I think a lot of those commonalities. Aaron and I were both goalies in lacrosse, and we talk a lot about that. In if you're a goalie in lacrosse and you go 55% save percentage, you're first team All-American, probably top 5 in Division I. Right? Which means 1 out of every 2 shots is all whizzing by your head and not going in. Right. Which is a very interesting, like, kind of mindset that we've had to, and I started that when I was 5 years old, right? Is that, through success, through failure, it's a consistent flow and a consistent roller coaster of learning, adapting, pivoting, whether it's a good thing or bad thing, kind of short-term memory, right? Like our business as real estate and mortgage professionals, you could go into a listing appointment as a real estate agent, win that listing, you got it, you get in your car, you look at your email, and you have a deal that's blowing up, and someone has some problem that you have to fix. So I think the ability to kind of consistently handle, I always talk to Aaron about this. I said the person who is able to handle, not deal with, but handle positively and efficiently the most problems is the most successful. So whether you're doing $5 million in production as a loan officer or $100 million, you're still going to have problems. You're still going to have successes and failures. It's not what's dealt to you, but kind of how you handle that and how you take those strides with myself now, with my team, with all these individuals that you're managing, right? And as the sales manager last year, you're not dealing with just your problems, but everyone else is on your team, and kind of navigating that as, hey, it's my fault, right? Even I learned that early on as a goalie, right? If your defenseman just gets absolutely smoked and he falls on the ground and you let the goal in one-on-one, you go to him and say, hey man, that's my fault. I should have had that save, right? I think Aaron and I have done that for quite some time, and it just creates that whole like sense of responsibility and team culture, right? On everybody's got their backs, and that's just kind of how we've grown up from 5 years old on, and it's translated right into business in the mortgage space.
I don't think a lot of people realize you guys are brothers, and it's so unique. And I partners and teams and people that have built their livelihood off of a family type of business, and it's such a precious thing that you get to do. And you guys, like, just hearing you, like, you're each other's biggest fans. You truly like live that. You breathe it, you eat it, you sleep, just constant positivity. And anytime there's spotlight on Matt pushes it to Aaron. Anytime there's spotlight on Aaron pushes it to Matt. And that's something I've seen you guys organically do, and it's so special. Talk to me about how you guys have really dove into the community. One thing I love is that I know you spend a lot of time giving back to the homeless, where you created these shower trucks and tying that into business and servant mentality and passion mixed with purpose. My gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that Aaron and I would agree that is kind of comes from our sense of what matters and what our why is, and that's legacy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to create a legacy for my family, my name, and impact the most people that I possibly can, here while we're on this earth. And whether that's individuals buying a house or people that are, less fortunate than us or need help, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, have been fortunate to be on the board of a charity, Generosity Global, which is absolutely incredible. We've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the homeless in Baltimore City, creating the first shower truck for the homeless, which has been awesome. It's last summer and the summer before that, just to see the impact that something very simple of, like, the three of us on this call or people listening might take for granted, of just taking a shower. I saw multiple people go into that shower and come out completely different individuals, like night and day, not even recognizable of just the shower. And when I first saw that, it was a fire that lit under me. That's like, okay, you don't really know. It can't be like this crazy impact on, you don't have to do so much, but you never really know what could be changing people's lives. And that's kind of how we've translated directly to our businesses. And through our foundation. I mean, we had a foundation in our family called the We Believe Foundation. And we created that foundation with my mom. I know she's probably watching this.
Definitely watching.
She's a badass real estate agent with the Gertis team as well. So we pulled her into the business.
Family affair.
And then I pulled her in. So she kind of, when I was diagnosed with testicular cancer in high school in my senior year, and then Aaron actually shortly thereafter, 2 years later, is a cancer survivor as well. So we created a foundation called the We Believe Foundation for teens and young adults that couldn't necessarily afford.
There's Mom.
There she is.
So couldn't necessarily afford, simple things, right? Gas to go to their chemotherapy treatments. Like, we were driving to chemo treatments, not even thinking about the gas needed to get there. And we were able to provide those things and influence a community that maybe needed help, that teens and young adults hadn't seen increase in survivorship in 25 years. So I think that was kind of the seed, that has blossomed as we've continued to grow our businesses and be able to give back to the community through the business. And who knows, maybe there'll be another charity down the road one day.
Yeah. Well, you got one proud mama watching right now, and I can only imagine the memories and just the feeling of back at those times where you guys really were just, it was fight and you all fought, and here you are today, and that was part of your story. That is what anchored you into the community, and seeing so many ways that you guys can give back. And I find that as business professionals, simply trying to in the workspace, no matter what you do. Again, if you're watching this and you're not even in the mortgage business or real estate, that doesn't matter. There's so many outlets for you to make such a big impact by doing something super small. Erin, you, again, continue to shine, and you have found that through your journey within the mortgage business. You've met so many amazing people. You were doing a contest and a giveaway, and can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So actually partnered with one of my favorite agents. She's probably watching as well. Shout out Bevia Patrick. And so
Yes,
we partnered together to give back. And again, I think the theme throughout all this is, local and community, and how we can give back in our community and in our neighborhoods. And, one of the big things we've seen over the past year are, the restaurant industry, it's no secret, is struggling across the country. And so we got together and tried to figure out a way that we could impact, even on a small level, and help, these local businesses. And so we decided we do a giveaway every quarter. And this quarter coming up in March, we decided we're going to give away 10 meals at local businesses all across the state of Maryland. And so you can go on our Facebook page and see what businesses we've selected. And if you stay tuned, we're actually going to be profiling with those local business owners and interviewing them and just getting their message out to kind of share their experience and what's going on with them and their employees. But everything we do at every level is designed to give back. And, I think a common theme, and I've talked a lot with you and with Matt about this, is like, when you take the self-serving out of it, and when you're doing things genuinely to serve others, like that is when the biggest impact comes. And that's when the success comes, because it's not about you, it's about a community and about a family. And, we found that here at AnnieMac, and we found that with our referral partners. And, we want to work with people who have, like-minded views and goals. And, that's what Bevy and I have done, and we're continuing to do. So it's something that we're really excited about. And, we want to have as big of an impact as possible in any way we can.
Oh, it gets me so excited. So, it's literally like a ripple effect, right? And you guys just continue to teach that. And I love how you said everything you do is designed to give back in your business. There's intentionality behind that. And you really, here's Gina. This is amazing. So inspirational. We love you, girl. Gina's down in Florida.
Thanks, Gina.
But it's so special. So, you guys, you're walking along this journey, right? You're developing relationships. You're working with referral partners. People are catching your eye. I know you guys are people who really have a standard where you want to work with people who fuel your cup, who give back the energy, who don't just take, right? And as you've put a very firm foundation on your business and again, just reputation, you've met amazing referral partners. And I know a big reason why you guys joined the AnnieMac family was to be able to give back to them and not just, help them sell, close the loans on time, but actually create another avenue of business. And you guys, I'm going to kind of just share with the group here, your goal is to hit $1 billion, and it's not that far away. And mind me sharing with everybody, but it's an aggressive, beautiful goal, because behind that $1 billion are lives and families that are starting new chapters in homes. And one thing about AnnieMac, we always say that you deserve more from the mortgage industry. And you guys are constantly chasing that personal development. You guys are personal development hunters, as I like to say. So AnnieMac Works, I know these guys wanted to share some of the things that our platform does to help give back. And I'll share a few quick things with everybody. If you're a real estate agent and you're working with this team, or you want to work with this team, or if you're a loan officer trying to build your business, listen up. So, we've got a Fortune 500 level sales coaching and trainers that we've brought on into the AnnieMac family. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock and 2 p.m., you're going to have access to a productivity coach. We also break it down into 6-week coaching programs and also 3-part series. So depending on what you're looking for, there's something for everybody. If you want to learn how to dominate a geographic farm area, take our Farm Fridays class. Maybe you want to create a niche in your world and become a certified staging professional. Take our real estate staging expert certification. You get door hanger templates, your PowerPoints, your training modules, you're getting your certifications on your business cards, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your branding, brand ambassador kits is what we like to call them. These guys now have an entire award and recognition platform that they're going to be hand selecting some of their top referral partners and bragging on you guys and giving you guys a voice. And we're going to be doing interviews with you. And we want you guys to understand that we are in this together. A big part of it too is how we help get you visible. The biggest, in sales, it's consistency. It's staying in front of people. It's reminding them that you're there for them. But ultimately, we are one person, family, and we have personal development things that we can't be all places at all times. So we've invested in some crazy awesome technology to help these guys duplicate themselves and help duplicate our referral partners and be in front of the right people. So, from YouTube channels where we actually create for you to help brand all of your listings and all of your business and get you in front of the camera. I know that's uncomfortable sometimes. That's what we're here for, to put you out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Guys, what else do you love about some of the real estate coaching program or some of the tools that AnnieMac's providing?
Yeah, I think it's just, crazy on some of the first conversations that, you and I had, and shout out my boy, Tom Mills. I got to give him some credit. That is my man, and forever grateful for him in kind of helping us build this branch. But, you're really the AnnieMac family's investment into the referral partners and the people that we consistently are growing together with, right? Like, I think our business is very interesting because it is helping people, and that involves two, three, four different vendor partners that you're working with, title companies, homeowners insurance companies, real estate agents, and so all of those people are important in not only just our businesses, but I think our lives, right? Like, we want to surround ourselves. I hope to inspire someone in real estate agents and, motivate, but we want to surround ourselves by those individuals that have the same vision as us in terms of how they're going to serve others, how they're going to serve their clients. And, I think that AnnieMac, interestingly enough, said, okay, well, and we're going to put that as an arm of the lender, right? Or of AnnieMac, is that ability to help agents grow their businesses. And, that's something that Aaron and I don't know about any other, loan officers and people in the business that are listening to this, but that's something that's very new vision and not kind of seen in other companies, is the ability to grow your real estate agents' businesses and give them a platform to, some people love doing video, some people don't want to do video, right? So I had an interesting.
There's nothing comfortable about this.
Yeah, nothing. It's like you're getting ready. You're nervous, right? But I had a conversation with an agent yesterday, and it's okay. Well, we don't want to do video, but here's what we want to do. And AnnieMac has a list A to Z of the different ways that we can help. Maybe the real estate agent or the referral partner vendor doesn't want to do marketing, but they want to do self-improvement, right? They want to get better. And with their team, maybe they want to provide a little bit further education and things of that nature. So with the CRM and AnnieMac works, and, who knows what the next technology and the next, kind of nimble adaptability that AnnieMac's going to kind of put their hooks into. I know I had interesting conversations with Ryan Kube, the president, on just his vision and where he sees technology, not necessarily replacing people in our business, but adding tremendous value to business growth, is certainly something that's attracted us to AnnieMac. And what we've learned since coming here, I think, is 10x what I did not know previously. Right? It looked good, and just diving in further has been a blessing. In talking with with all the people on the back end in these technologies to help our referral partners grow.
10x. Grant Cardone, man,
Yes.
he's a legend. Yeah, and it's cool. So guys and gals that are listening, a big part of our initiative is, yes, right now a lot of the borrowers are going to the realtor first, and then the realtor's coming to us. And we have created a shift in that, and we have pre-approved buyer leads that we know that they're, we pulled their credit, they're ready to go, and we are hand delivering that to our real estate agents. And talk about just that reciprocity and the foundation that we're building our businesses on. So, if anybody ever wants to dive into some of the statistics and metrics and conversions and how we're doing it, reach out to myself, Matt, or Aaron, to expand and share, okay, you're a loan officer doing X amount of business. Let's say you're doing 20 million and your goal is to get to 50 million the following year. With industry where it's condensing, right? The market is shrinking, purchase business isn't going to be as accessible as it is today. And as you are laying down your performance metrics, the things you do to get to that goal, because you have to break it down into micro goals. Aaron, can you talk about the daily success planner and some of the things that just day by day, what you've done to scale?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge believer in the daily success plan. And what I love about it, and I think this really works for me, is like just simplify it as much as possible. What do I need to do each day to get to that big goal? Because, when we set really lofty goals, and they can seem overwhelming. And then you kind of reverse engineer that and work backwards and say, like, okay, what do I need each day to get to that big number? And all of a sudden it becomes a lot more attainable, and doing that daily success plan allows that. So, following, on Mondays, I'm reaching out to agents and, trying to schedule these meetings. And then on Tuesday, I'm asking, my active clients and, what can I do, and who do that could benefit from this level of service? So every day has an intention, and, really the focus is growth on all of it. And we talk so much about providing value. And I think that's just another way that we can provide value to our referral partners, to our clients, to everybody that we're involved with. That's not just, we're going to close your loan on time and I'm going to answer the phone when you call. Like, how can I go beyond that? And, the daily success plan does that, and Annie Mac Works does that. And something I mentioned, I know we talked about Annie Mac Works a minute ago. What I love is, like, that can be different for everybody. So, agent A might be different than agent B, and they want, different things. And you have this amazing a la carte menu that you can send to them and say, okay, like what on here jumps out at you? What on here excites you? And, it's different for every business, and no two businesses are exactly the same, but that doesn't mean, one is better than the other. And they can all, grow and be great together. So all of the foundation of all of that is the daily success plan, and making sure that you're staying on the schedule and holding yourself accountable to make those calls makes a huge difference.
And duplicating that inside other people, because I know you want to get to 50 million, and I
Yes.
want to get to 100, and I know you're not stopping. So, there's only so much one can accomplish. And you look at these top performers doing 200, 300, 400 million a year, and you look at them in Italy or taking these extravagant, beautiful vacations, and you're like, how the heck is it possible? And it's because they've empowered others around them and helped them rise. Matt, let's talk about your power girls, Hannah and Maria. Like, how has their help just completely transformed your business? And you guys have such a cool culture within your team.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without them, that's for sure. And it's just been an honor watching them grow so fast, I think a lot of times, I get the credit, whatever, because of 100 million or whatever, but Aaron just did 22 in year one. That puts me to shame in everything that I've done, right? So my team, Hannah and Marissa, Hannah is a unicorn. She is 26 years old. and she's been in the business in real estate since 18. She started as a front desk, moved to an assistant, got her license, and now she is my right hand. Yeah, she's incredible. I mean, passed the first time. And then within 30 days, she started putting in loans. I think she put in like 16, 17 in the first 60 days that she was licensed, which is unheard of. And especially at 26 years old, if she's watching this, I mean, she's got some big goals. She just sent me her business plan. I won't share it. I won't share it with the group, but she has some big goals, and I think she's going to surprise a lot of people because of her, again, just like Erin, because of her quick growth. That, none of it happens overnight, but I think a lot of times it gets seen and perceived as overnight. And you don't see the 3 years that Hannah and I have been working together to establish those perfect, relationship with the client, agent, relationship with other people on the team, mistakes that have been made, positive successes, right? And then she goes into, she's really coming into her own, and it's fun to watch her. And she is providing, with the DSP, I would say that the best thing about the Daily Success Plan, and anybody that's watching, agent, lender, anyone, I'm willing to share this, is the simplicity of it, 1 to 2 hours a day, right? Monday through Thursday, versus the ROI and impact that it's going to have on your business.
Yes.
For her to be able to make those calls, us listening together, and then kind of when she gets off the phone, okay, how would we have, I love it, Hannah, there you go. Gets on the phone, calls me, okay, here's what I should say this next time. I think just that ability to learn and grow from that through doing, right? I think a lot of times we, nothing that we have done has been like, like that's just not,
it doesn't exist.
And I would say for anyone who's listening, like fear is something that Hannah, initially was afraid to get the license, and me too. But I think that's just a consistent daily thing that happens in our business. And you have to understand that, look, it's man-made. And on the other side of fear is the greatest things that we've ever wanted in our lives. So Hannah has really embraced that challenge. And I'll never forget her first, I had a client talk to me, and I'm like, okay, great. We'll get some numbers out to you and see if the refinance makes sense. And it was saving the guy $450 a month. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I told Hannah, okay, he's a great client. I want you to call and sell it. And she was like, huh? And she called me back. I was like, call me back in 5 minutes. Click. She called me back 5 minutes later. She was like, he wants to do it. And she went 1 for 1. And she was like, oh my God, my heart is pounding. That was such an adrenaline rush. And I think once you have that first, the first sales call, the first, getting over that fear and realizing that, you can do it, right? And sometimes it takes a person just to inspire you. Hey, you can do it. You got this, then it's game over from there. And she's just taking it. She makes me better every single day. And, today just emailing back and forth and providing things to get better at, solutions. We're 30 days into this, building this branch. And have just exceeded all expectations of ourselves and staffing and production. And that's, Hannah is a big part of that. And then there's Marissa. So Marissa is now biz dev, lead gen. She was processing. She was kind of a Swiss Army knife, marketing, jack of all trades. She's brought in deals as well. She came from a marketing background, and she's only been in the business for like 4 months now. And I have just been impressed by her ability to adapt constantly. Like, she can do anything, which wasn't necessarily maybe the intended role of her. And she absolutely, Kelly, will send you the DSP.
Definitely.
Marissa's already on it.
There it is. Let's go. It's in real time, baby.
You can't make that up.
You can't make that up. So Marissa, when she first got on, it was a plan to be biz dev and DSP, and then she got thrown right into processing. She had 14 loans in her pipeline within like 30 days, and she closed them all on time, no problems, no issues. Like, that's unheard of as a processor. You know, that requires that's tough. Processing a loan is not easy. It is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle in getting the loan from start to finish on time. And she dove in. I did not hear one complaint. I kept asking her, like, is this okay? Like, I know this is an intended role, and here's our goals of when we want to continue to move things forward. But she did everything with a smile on her face. She worked hard. She was constantly learning. Microsoft Teams has been amazing because you can just get answers and get information right away. So my wife also loves Marissa because now she can just make me do things through Marissa. So that's nice. If I'm not answering, she'll email Marissa, hey, and Marissa comes in and makes me get it done. So that's been a blessing. I mean, I think that, it's, as you're scaling your business and as you're growing, the toughest thing to do is kind of like take your hands off and trust people and delegate. And that's the only way to scale. So I think it starts with hiring the right people, right? Here, Christina's commenting on making me do things. I love it. I think the biggest thing with Marissa was I knew that she didn't have any experience. I've known her for a while, and I knew, okay, she's the right person and the right individual that I want in my culture and my team, and just who I think that my clients would love, my agents would love, the rest of the people in the branch would love. We can teach everything else. So, you can't teach her positivity, her, tenaciousness, her kindness. That stuff is innate and taught by, parents and, like kind of in you. And so she's just been a blessing. I mean, the Aaron coming back into like our little office kind of the other day was just, and feeling that energy with him, Marissa, and then Hannah, it's special. I can't really explain it. There's nothing like, it's tough to tangibly explain that, but it just oozes out of her and Hannah. And I think it changes other people too. Nick Catuccia, who's our branch support manager here, has just been floored and amazed by Hannah and Marissa. And he was like, yeah, it's changed, me and how I'm operating and how we're doing things, and we're pivoting, so it's good. I mean, just, iron sharpens iron, and they make us better, Aaron included, every single day. So
absolutely.
Look at the way that you just talked about your team. Like, no wonder you guys are so far in advance to just, the synergy is like this, and it's so special. And, to have someone really believe in you and teach you and sculpt you and mold you. And, so, when it doesn't have those bad habits, like getting them fresh like that. And we struggled with Marissa and Hannah, like, my goodness. And you guys, it's very cool to see that, and the respect and the love and the culture. And I know you're only looking to grow that with more amazing people. I agree more when you talked about just, there are so many things in this business, as Aaron mentioned, kicking into new gears. You're experiencing crazy new levels of discomfort.
Yes.
It's funny, I was looking up a text message I literally sent this morning to some of my guys that are working on getting their license right now. There's a whole crew of them that come from the car business. And they're like looking around like, I got stuff in this world. So they've been giving it their all. They're studying. They're grinding it out. And the people who make it are those who jump in head first and just take action. which all of you are pros at. Now it's just getting through the thick layer of resistance, which is why most people don't make it, because they aren't willing to take the discomfort. Embrace discomfort is your best friend. And you described that so perfectly. So I know you've got some good news. I know you're looking at some office space. You're going to be, planting your flag. Like you mentioned, you guys are 30 days into Annie Mac. Orientation, check. You've completely and successfully lifted this big machine, and we've helped you plop it into our ecosystem. What's on the agenda? What should those be expecting to see from us as a team on the horizons? How can they get involved? How can they engage with you guys?
That's a great question. Every way. I mean, we're, social, our numbers, our emails are posted everywhere. As far as what you can expect, I think more is the answer. There's going to be more content out there. We maybe don't love doing video. Again, maybe not the most comfortable thing ever. But never is. But you're going to see a lot more video from us, a lot more on social, because the engagement is so key, and we love getting out there and having that engagement. And it just goes back to being in the community. So I think you're going to see a lot more of that. Hopefully, more events when we can start getting out there and doing things and shaking hands and doing that. You're going to see a lot of that as well. And I think we love. Again, it's just all about being part of the community. So we are really excited about that, and really looking forward to the tools that Annie Mac can provide in helping, and the engines that get those out there and promote. I mean, it's been almost overwhelming seeing all the resources available that Annie Mac has provided, that we can use. And, I think once we get our flag planted and get into the office, you're going to see some special stuff coming from that. And all in the name of, you're right, getting out of the comfort zone. I mean, one of my favorite quotes was, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And once you do really embrace that, nothing can stop you. Like, you might have that fear, but it's never going to slow you down.
That's amazing. How about you, Matt? Anything you want to add?
Yeah. And that is a huge theme, is just kind of overcoming fear, and following your dreams. Like, look, it's been a dream of mine personally to run my own business. Annie Mac provides the ability to do that. And, I was flyers out in the neighborhood mowing lawns when I was younger. Like, that was me, so
lemonade stand.
That's why, like, Gary Vaynerchuk and Gary Vee, what we're very attracted to. And, Kelsey and you and I have talked about it a lot. And, it just made me think, when you're talking about those texts, the text you were sending to those new loan officers, that, look, like, if you have a dream, you got to protect it. And there are going to be people that are going to tell you that you can't do something because they don't believe that they can do that themselves. So if you want something, you got to go get it. And nobody is ever going to hand you anything. You're going to have to earn every inch of what of this. And that's what we are going to continue to do. And I think there's an interesting, kind of on the second half of that fear, and that, like, oh, what's going to happen? I got that when I left the personal training business and came into the mortgage business, and, had a lot of people say, hey, you're going to be back in 6 months, don't leave. That's a common theme throughout, I think, a lot of people's careers, right? And, you have to protect your dream. You have to go after things. And, 30 under 30, like, we're young, you do it now, right? Like, do it now, take risks now, and then learn from it. I think that's something that we are consistently doing, is we're going to do, right? Instead of thinking about it, pondering, oh man, I don't want to call that referral partner. They already work with someone, or I'm competing with another lender on this client. I don't know if I want to, just do it. And then you'll learn from, good, bad, or indifferent. You'll learn from those mistakes. I don't necessarily think that there is this, like, euphoric hey, we made it and now everything's easy and we could just, put it in Tesla autopilot and keep rolling. Like, that's just not how life works in anything, in your relationships and in your business.
New levels requires new methods.
Yes.
Constantly adjusting. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we love. I mean, we enjoy that, right? This business is a roller coaster. It's fun. It's, and what you can expect from us is, we're going to continue to change people's lives. Like, I'd like to think that everyone that's on my team, I've changed their life professionally and certainly income. Like, we want to talk about, hey, I'm going to provide you a platform that you're going to be able to make more money than you make right now. That's just period. End of story. Financial freedom. We sell money for a living, and I talk to, 20, 30, 40 people a day about their finances. And I look at debt and I look at income, and I'm not afraid to talk about that with my members of my team, right? Hey, you're making X, you want to make Y. How do we get there, right? I think our team provides that platform to do that. You're a loan partner, you want to be a loan officer? Great, let's get you there, right? Like, you're a processor, you want to move up to a loan partner? Great, we're going to fill it, we're going to backfill it. We're going to be there to kind of, what's the saying, Aaron? Rising tides
raises all ships.
Raise all ships.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron says that all the time. And
absolutely.
I just believe it. I think that's something that you're going to see from us, is the ability to continue to bring people on that, that we raise up and that are going to, thrive in our culture and our environment, whether that's our referral partners, whether that's our vendor partners, whether that's people that are going to join our branch as we continue to grow. And then when that's other branch managers, right, that come to us and have 20, 30, 40 people and go, hey, how are you utilizing these systems to maintain your service level, continue to grow, and spend time with your family? Like, how are you able to do all of that? I think it's an interesting platform that AndyMac provides that is just, I'm forever grateful for. I know Aaron is too, with having
absolutely.
a baby. And just to be able to put that onto other people, right? That, Kelsey, you and I have talked about it hundreds of times, that other loan officers are experiencing those same pain points, right? As we recruit, as we talk to just other people in the business and my agents, right? It's important. And I think there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's or whatever, or to build your business. But, I think if it's important to you, in a real estate agents and loan officers and all the partners that we work with are mostly 100% commission. So we control our businesses. We essentially run our own business. And if you're running your own business, you get to choose how you want to let your business affect or enhance your life. And that's what I'm here for, is every single member of my team, we're meeting every single day. We're meeting once a month on data and statistics and implementation of where are we? What is the assessment? How can I better help you? Right? Like, every single member of my team, that's what you're going to get from me. And you can't put a quantifiable number on the value of that. I've experienced that with certain individuals in my career. And, I can't wait to just see who that next amazing person is, that comes on our team. I've thought about it as we have a couple members that we've brought on as well, that, we're going to be doing more content to share with the Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn world. Although it's super uncomfortable for myself and Aaron, we're going to force ourselves to do it and just look forward to sharing with people and continuing to change as many lives as possible, get involved with more charities in the community as well. And AndyMac, is all a part of that in providing, whether it's money, whether it's support, whether it's strategy to help those charities grow and give back to those communities. That's what we're going to continue to do.
Oh my gosh, so much goodness in there. There's so much gold, and protecting your purpose was one thing that really stood out. And the fact that there is no ceiling in this business. And that's also why, the risk and the reward, it just channel that, and you have to protect your and and there's so much that we live in a different world, and we don't have to work 9 to 5, but the more strategic consulting that you have in your business, the more you're going to flourish. And Matt and Aaron, that's what you guys do for your businesses. You are consultants, you're advisors, and as you are expanding, as we are expanding this umbrella, these people are going to feel that same effect, and literally everyone is just going to get a lift. So this was phenomenal. So much amazing comments. There's been a consistent audience. Guys, thank you for the love, the likes, the thumbs ups, the showing up and being here with us. One way I love to end every single Facebook Live is picking one word that describes your 2021 or just your state of mind right now, and how you're looking into the future. And can't think about it, just the first thing that comes to mind. Matt, what is your word?
Oh man, I was going to tell Aaron to go first.
No, you gotta
go. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just grateful. I think that COVID in this last year has been interesting in our business personally. And look, I talked to a lot of people who have been affected by COVID and financially. And I know that, and loved ones and things of that nature. And I'm grateful. I feel grateful for you, Kelsey, grateful for, you're just an absolute rock star, grateful for the Annie Mac family, the people that have supported us, my wife, my kids, my sons are just incredible. My mom is screaming impact here. But yeah, if I were to say one word, I feel really grateful. I think, positive, obviously, on the outlook and trajectory of the future with Annie Mac, and just feel at home. I can't describe the feeling of when I first, talked to the president of the company, and within the first 5 minutes, it was kind of like, man, this is it. I'd talked to 25 plus companies, the biggest CEOs of the biggest companies in the country, and the first thing that he ever said to me was, hey man, what is your vision of what you see the business looking like in the next 5-10 years, and how can we make that happen? And we started talking about family, and I feel grateful and inspired by everyone here at Annie Mac to grow and continue to change lives in 2021.
The feeling is so reciprocated. I mean, you guys have just made such an impact in such a short period of time with all of us, from onboarding to the operations teams to secondary. I mean, you guys are really seen as the future of Annie Mac, and here we are. So the energy and the commitment and the desire to execute on those visions is, I think, what really makes this so special.
We'll do it together.
Yes. Aaron, you had a couple extra minutes to think about your word.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you both mentioned my word in your spiel there. So growth. I think growth is just the major focus. Obviously, growing as a branch, growing as loan officers and advisors, but growing as a person as well. Obviously as a new father, growing as a father, as a husband, learning a lot about myself, and my wife, I think, would attest to that as well. You learn so much as a parent, especially in these first couple of weeks. So major focus on growth, but growth for others as well. We want to help our referral partners grow. We want to help our team grow, and the members of the team that haven't even joined us yet. We just have this tremendous vision, and that's all going to come through growth, both personally. I know we talked about growth hunters, and Matt and I both work with 2 different coaches. Such a big commitment to our own personal growth that a lot of that has nothing to do with business, but when you work on yourself, that production follows. So growth set mindset is really big for me this year.
Mm. And the word growth, there's so many areas of growth that's happening in your life, right? And it's not just business, it's personal, there's so much that comes into effect. So, we're here to help channel all of that and just see come from all angles, right? Because, sometimes growth isn't always in the direction we think it is us. And there's nothing but amazing lessons to be learned. And guess what? We are taking action and we're progressing in life. That's all that matters. So, guys, this is amazing. We had a full hour and I feel like I blinked and it went by like I could do this all day with you guys. Have me inspired as heck to go pound the phones and make some magic happen. So I'm going to let you guys get back to your amazing day.
Love it. Well, I just want to say thank you, Kelsey. Thank you to everyone that supported us. Our referral partners are rock solid. They're the warriors in this COVID environment, right? Like, we sit behind a computer a lot of times and they're out, showing houses, and that is not easy. And just thank you to them. Like the referral partners, our clients, our family, we wouldn't have been able to do this without that support of those people, and the Annie Mac family as well. So new additions to our family, our growth is understatement, right? On literally growing humans. So just thankful for you and to anybody who's watched, who wants to reach out to us for anything. We want to provide a kind of a persona of being open and inviting and helpful. So if you're a business owner and you want to talk shop, I'm always open for conversations. You want to learn about the mortgage business, you want to learn about our team and how we can help you in any way, we're here. DM me. I'm answering messages, texts, calls, emails. My partners know till midnight, 1 a.m. Kelsey and I were texting at like 11 o'clock last night. So just we're excited and grateful, and hopefully we have more with Kelsey coming into the office when we get that office space, and riffing on the podcast and keeping it.
Cannot wait to get my hands on the mic and
Love it.
drop it. And you guys are wise beyond your years, and feel very blessed to be on this journey with you guys. So much love to everybody. Step into your day with just your hearts and calmness, and know that you can tackle whatever's in front of you. God bless everybody. And until next time, thanks for joining the Inside Edge. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.